Three, two, one. Welcome back to another episode of Spud and Friends. Today we're going to be reviewing my episode when I interviewed Kahliel Jackson.
Showing more, curveballs, get more spin to it, sliders, more spin. I'm looking at this camera.
First thing I want to talk about, look at my haircut. I got a nice haircut that day. You see the glorious fade on the side. What do you guys?
That's a pretty nice haircut, Joshua.
Thank you guys.
So, who am I here with today?
You're here with Kahliel Jackson.
School do you go to?
I attend Archbishop Curley High School.
All right. You play sports, right?
Yes.
You played like a lot actually. Can you go ahead and name some of the sports you played? Like, not even through high school, just like your whole life.
Well, first I started off with football at a very young age. I started off at football at the age of 5. Then I started playing basketball, baseball, and once I got to high school, I ran cross country.
So what? Did he say
so
three? He said 3, right?
He's a pretty multi-sport athlete, man. You know, I heard baseball, football, and cross country. That's a pretty versatile athlete right there.
Yeah, he played basketball too.
That's very versatile.
Yeah, it was pretty good because like he was doing like varsity level in all of them, which is actually like really surprising. Like to be, like there's not a lot of people like me who can like do varsity level in everything they do like me, and it's like pretty surprising to see that in other people.
What sports were you in varsity?
Varsity track, but like I could have done varsity anything.
So,
like
Out of those
varsity
sports,
basketball.
Which one is your favorite, and
Okay.
which one do you think was the hardest for you?
My favorite one was pretty much
please don't
basketball.
tell us this.
I really enjoyed the people I played with, and I enjoyed my coaches through the years. It was just a very fun sport to play, and it's a very team sport, so it just wasn't me out there. The most difficult one I ever played it had to be baseball, because even though it do look easy, it's really hard to hit a ball coming up between 85 miles to 90 miles an hour, especially the older you get. You start maturing more, curveballs, get more spin to it, sliders, more spin. And yeah, so that's the hardest one I played.
The thing is, what he said about baseball, bro. Baseball is hard, bro. Yo, I remember like playing little league baseball. Like that was easy because it was like tossing the ball, and you had the tee you could hit it off of. But bro, baseball is hard. You have to be precise for that, bro. Like I feel like most sports you could be pretty.
Yeah, baseball is a pretty tough sport.
Yeah, I feel like most sports you could play like average, but little like maybe a little bit below average if you're skilled or like if you have good genetics or something, bro. But baseball, bro, yo, I feel like that's like really dominated by more skill than genetics, because that's something I've been talking about with the student athletes. Like if they think their sport is more dominated by genetics or skill, yo, baseball is really skill. Like that's what I think. Do you guys like think different or anything?
100% agree. Baseball is probably one of the hardest sports, if not the hardest sport out there. I'd say
Yeah.
it takes more skill than genetics. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I understand baseball because I'm pretty great at everything I do. I play softball at like Reesby 2 years ago. Get away with like how fast they baseball is pretty tough.
Basically, just skipped it. 'Cause
What
I just
actually
said
got you into playing sports? Like, what started you off?
What got me into playing sports was watching my siblings grow up playing it. First person I actually watched play football was my older brother Darius. I used to go watch his practices, games, and I was just very intrigued from it from a young age. I got football from him and basketball from him because I seen him play and he was pretty good at it, and it looked like he was having a good time while playing it. So I actually wanted to go play it, organized sports, should I say. I wanted to play organized sports and
team sports.
say it again.
Team sports.
Yeah. instead of just playing just for fun at school. So I just got into organized sports, and my sister she played softball, so that's what got me into baseball and all that.
Um, so
You got him. Did you play any of the sports because of like a family member or anything?
Yeah. I played soccer because of my dad and my cousin, and then I played basketball because my older brother. He got me into basketball and stuff.
Karan, what about you?
Football, it's always been a big part of my life. But high school, I kind of like fell away from it. But yeah, football has been like my sport.
Understandable. None for me. Uh, the only thing, like the only kind of sport that ran in my family was, I know my mom was a cheerleader, bro, but nah, I'm not doing that.
Why
um,
not? Is there something wrong with that?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Cheerleaders, like, it takes mad skill, like crazy skill to be a
Yeah, you gotta
cheerleader.
be mad strong. Like you need upper body strength and all that, bro.
Yes, crazy.
yeah, and that's another thing. Um, just being skilled for your sport to play at a high school level.
would you say that they inspired you basically to play?
Yes.
Um, when did you realize that you could play at a high level in high school, at a very good high school like MIA level?
I realized when I actually first stepped on. I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything when I say that, but when I originally went there, when I first stepped on, I felt like I belonged here and I deserved to play at this school in a very tough conference in Maryland, one of the toughest conferences to actually play in Maryland. And stepping on that field from off rip, I knew I could play with these guys, and it was more of I had a belief in myself, not just people around me, not just my parents, but like I had to believe in me to be able to go out there and actually go perform to the best of my abilities.
All right, so what were some of the struggles when you transitioned from like little league games into high school sports? Like, what were some of the biggest challenges?
It wasn't really any big challenges. The only challenge I really faced with going to Curly was I went there as a nobody. When I first went to the first fall workouts, I was there. The coach really didn't even know my name or who I was. He just knew I was a dude that just signed up to come work out. So I'll say it's difficult trying to actually get my name out there to the coaches so they could actually know who I am and see me in the hallways. Go like, hey, that's Kahliel right there. Such and such. He came out to play baseball for us and all that.
Did you feel as if like you were competing against the people that were getting scouted and like the upperclassmen already, or did you feel like you already like you made your spot on a team without I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you get what I'm saying
Yeah.
for the most part, right?
Uh, and anything you do, you always gonna have to compete with someone. No matter if it's people the same age as you, people younger than you, or older than you. You always gonna have to compete. I would say, yeah, I felt like I had to compete because I felt like I had to play almost up to their level, almost to the varsity level. That's what my intentions were to go in there, play up to the varsity level guys to actually have an eye on me as I played through the years.
Yeah.
Um,
Um.
so yeah, mostly I had to mostly compete.
I would say definitely like what he's saying is correct. Like, I feel like the reason why I fell out is because I didn't have that same competitiveness anymore for like soccer. Like I was just not into it anymore.
You, it's like
Like
you just didn't love the sport as much as you did before.
yeah. Like if you're really into a sport, like you're gonna work hard, be mad competitive. Like you want to be on the top of everybody else. But sometimes, bro, I don't know. Like for soccer, it just the love of the game, like that competitiveness is just completely disappeared. But yeah,
I completely understand that. Um, bro, some that's like something I kind of experienced with track, bro. I remember senior year, bro. I didn't run at all. I didn't even step on the track once. Um, it was purely cause Cause the thing is, I was getting better too. Like I was trash, bro, but I was getting better, and I didn't even want to hop on, cause like, bro, I didn't even really like the sport anymore. Like sophomore year was like the prime of it for me. I think,
Yeah,
or was it junior year? I don't remember, but I think it was junior year, bro. But
Yeah.
that was the peak of the sport for me, bro. And I remember like in the junior year, I was like, yo, I'm done, bro. I can't do this no more. Not even. No, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even say that, bro. I was thinking about it like as I got into school senior year. I was like, man, I don't feel like doing that. What's the point? It was like, bro,
yeah,
I have
that
no,
was the same.
I have no love for it. I'm not good enough like to gain anything from it, and it's like I wouldn't have even had fun because like some of my friends were quitting too, or were talking about quitting. It's like, bro, it's no point. So
Yeah, that was the same thing.
Yeah.
Like like during tracks, I was like, I don't know if there's really a point of doing this anymore. Like I don't feel the love of it. Like I was definitely like I was getting better for sure. Like I was on varsity and everything, whatever. But I just the love of track was just falling out for me. Like I knew I wasn't gonna do it in college. Like I feel like there was just no point in me of, doing it at all.
yeah, I'm kind of like I'm a tiny bit envious, like about the people that can do something and stick with it, no matter of the bad things that comes with it. I think that's something I don't really give Malcolm like props about because like he stuck with it. I'm not gonna lie, yo, he was horrible, bro. He was slower than me, and yo, the thing is like being slower than me was terrible, bro. Cause I remember sophomore, no freshman year, yo, I was competing with T.J. Garcia to be the slowest on the team, bro. Yo, that was horrid, bro. Malcolm came in sophomore year, terrible, and everybody used to get on him for it. And the thing is, bro, yo, he stuck with it and kept sticking with it. So senior year, bro, not trying to glaze him or anything, man, but yo, he actually started getting like he didn't get offers really, but like he got
Yeah.
his props given to him. He got coach's award this year for from the banquet. Some pretty good achievements. I think he and Luke Pappas and some other people broke a record. Pretty good.
Yeah, the hurdles team was pretty good this year. I
Yeah,
heard seeing them breaking state records and going out there and doing great at every meet every week, day in and day out. They putting the work in every day.
and another thing, like I remember, like I was like, it was kind of a bittersweet ending to the sport for me. Kind of, it was like, I remember when it started getting sunny out and nice outside. I was walking with Chase from Mr. Duttrell's class. I don't know if you heard me say this, Karan, but I was like, yo, it would be the perfect time to run track right now. I could almost go back,
I
and
think I did hear you say that. I think I did. I
but
think I did.
it's just it wasn't enough for me to go back though. Like,
Yeah.
When I went there, especially being unknown from anybody. You know, first up on the field, didn't even know who I was, but now you actually know who I am.
Big senior, like you're a big senior now. Like you walk around tall. Yeah, yeah, I'm Khalil. You know me.
That's very
uh,
cool.
was there any struggles from uh
yeah, that was corny.
my bad. Was there any struggles balancing your student life and your athletic life?
It wasn't really a struggle because I played middle school ball, so I was always used to having practice right after school. Like get out, go to practice, go home and do homework. So being in high school and the workload, it wasn't a whole bunch of workload that was unbearable. Like oh my gosh, I'm stressed from the work, but it was more of like it was more easy to actually be able to do it because I've been doing it for so long. So mostly I would just go to practice, come home, get some sleep, and do work. And I think also at MSJ, like your work's not always due the next day. You got days spread out. So that also made it easier for me to keep up with my work and all that, and keep up with sports. And my basketball coach, shout out to D Hop, he also took school very serious to us. Like we didn't have practice till 4. Instead of us just goofing around and all that, we had to go to the library, SDR, or a classroom to go in there, study, do work, and all that into practice time.
So, would you say that playing a sport has also helped you, like, helped you, motivated you to do better academically?
Uh, I wouldn't say sports was more of a it encouraged me because at some point all is going to have to end one day. I'm gonna have to put the cleats up for good. So I was just always motivated just to do good, just not so I can don't have to play sports, but we're going to college soon, so that's also a very important thing with education. Like I wanted to go to college from a very young age, so I knew I had to do good in school, not just to go do extracurricular activities like growing up with y'all playing sports, but like I just had to do it just so to better me and have a better future ahead of myself.
Yeah. Did you have any goals coming into playing any of your sports in high school?
I mean, obviously the obvious goal is to make varsity also, but other goals I had, just to strive and be the best person I can, play all 4 years, and just be the best I can every day I step on the field or the court.
Um, did you have any pregame rituals or routines that you feel helped you in the games?
Yeah, I had one pregame ritual, um, in all sports actually. Every time before I would even touch the field or go out to warm up, I would dap all my team managers up, no matter how many I had. I would walk up to them, "What's up, bro?" Dap them up, dap them up. Then go out there on the field. I felt like that was just a real good start to my playing field and all that. And I really appreciate all the managers I had through the 4 years. It may not seem like it, but they actually do a lot for the sports and the teams and all that.
Um, Kind of based off that question, do you think that praying helps you, and do you think that like God has an impact on your game? Like, you feel like you'll play better if you pray or rely on God, and like, do you think you'll play worse if you don't lean on Him?
I think talking to God before a game is very important. To ask Him like to make sure everybody get play safe because no matter what sport you play, it's always gonna be injuries, and someone could also get hurt. So you just pray for like safety on you, your teammates, the other people, the people around, and I feel like connecting with God, it'll just makes you more relaxed instead of being so tense. Like praying all every before every game is very important because it's also like you're not just praying to God, you're also praying with your teammates. So like y'all, before y'all even get on the field, the court, or anything, you already feeling like a type of connection before you even go out to the field, which is just prayer with God.
How do y'all feel about
Yeah, I think praying before the game is very important. You always gotta thank the man above for what he give to you. You wouldn't be in this position, without him. And I think it's important to pray before you wake up in the morning. Well, when you wake up in the morning, before games, before you eat, anytime. It's a great time to pray.
that? What about you, Ugana?
Yeah, man. You know, thanking God, um, praying to Him every day. You know what I'm saying? Just
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. It's fine.
no, no, no.
Yeah,
Like
I understand.
I was actually like gonna explain, like like just praying to Him, hoping that everything goes in goes His way, that
And I don't
everything
think
is
I've ever looked
purple.
at it from like the safety view. When I asked that question to some of my friends, my theology teacher asked that question in class one time. I think I viewed it more as like, God, can you help me win? But I don't think I've ever viewed it from God, keep me safe, because I understand that, but I've never thought about it like on the field or anything. Um,
Yeah, what he said about like the God help me get through this game without me getting injured actually kind of opened my eyes a little bit. Cause like when I was asking people that question, it was more like God help me win this game, which I just explained there. but like it was it was really kind of surprising because I forget the things that comes with playing a sport. Like you could get injured any moment, and like you could ask God for protection from that, and not necessarily to win the game.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say like when I was playing soccer, I wouldn't necessarily pray over like helping me like when I would pray over like like helping me be the best man I could be today, like helping me be healthy. And why'd you make that face?
Now
Mm.
my lips were dry.
Nah,
Yeah.
I was talking about Quran. Like I thought,
I didn't. I was sad son on my face.
oh, okay.
Mm. What you say?
Anyways, like just like helping me be the best I can be, like helping me stay healthy. Because I knew like during like my eighth, I'll say eighth grade soccer, like I would get injured a lot from like people slide tackling like crazy. And like they would mess up my ankle and stuff, and I'll be out for like 2, 3 games. So like I after I started like I say praying to God and stuff, like helping me stay healthy before every game, like what I'm saying, it got me right and stuff. So yeah.
Do you
That's
think
real.
that your chemistry with the team off of the field affects the way you guys play?
I think chemistry off the field does affect how you play because even though some arguments might not seem like big to other people, like oh they just arguing, that could probably transpire to the athletic field from you arguing. So you could argue through first period. You might have let it go, but your teammate, you might still be holding on to it, like bro, like nah, he ain't talking to me like that way. And plus, especially if you argue around people, you a high schooler too, so arguing around people, oh nah, bro, you going for that? So that could also like co-conspire to like make that teammate hold on to a grudge, and it just knocks the chemistry off.
Yeah, like dang bro, yo, he called me a bad word. I'm not repassing the ball, like that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. You got like a playlist or a song that you play before games?
It all depends on who we playing that day. Like some teams, I got some teams I might play EBK J-Bo, Laura, Quez Double R if I'm trying to get hyped for that game. But if it's a game I'm trying to relax, mostly like calm down, I'll probably listen to like my chill playlist or something.
Uh,
Yeah.
um, I just I just started this question. I'm not even on that question anymore, but um, yo, you gonna you did swimming, right?
Yeah, I used to swim. Yeah.
I meant
Mm.
I meant Quran. I meant Quran, not you.
Oh,
Yeah, I did swimming. Yeah.
okay.
Did you actually swam though? You gonna
Yeah.
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 really? When?
uh Ninth grade.
Well, how
but
you?
no, I was on that swimming team. I was at it was like a YMCA team, and then we had to compete against other teams.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't even mean to ask you that, but I guess that's something new. Um, but so we've all done like one man sports, kind of like swimming and
Yeah.
track and field. Do you think your chemistry with your team still affects how you do in those type of sports?
Yeah, because you gotta have supporters. You can still like when you're swimming, you can still hear the people yelling, screaming, "Go, go, go!" Even though the water, yeah, you can still hear them telling you go. But yeah, the support is like very important to keep you going in the races because you may feel tired and you may get that second win, but when you're swimming and get that extra push that you need to win the race. So yeah, I think chemistry's still important in one man sport.
Yeah, like I would say same thing. Like people that run like the 800 or 300-meter hurdles.
Completely.
Like you're you're like tired coming down that stretch. But like for me, like if I'm hearing someone telling me to keep going, you right there, then that's gonna like give me like a boost to keep going and stuff. So yeah, I would say like having that, what I'm saying, having that chemistry is very good. Like yeah.
I was kind of on the fence about that question at first, but like now that I think about it from that perspective, I'm like, yeah, you still need them because I remember like running the 100 and like freshman year I was in last place. It was like, yo, why am I running this? I'm trash. At that point, if nobody was yelling for me and like telling me to keep going, bro, I would have walked off the field, bro. I would have walked off the track and left, bro. But like when I heard my family and teammates yelling for me, even though I was like terrible, I knew I had to finish it because like at that point I'm still representing the team at the end of
What
the day.
time did you run?
Like that.
What was one of the toughest experiences you've had in a game?
Toughest experience I had was probably like from probably feeling like one bad day just to find the type of player I am. You know, one bad day for anybody could really affect how they move on to the next thing. That's why people try to say you have a goldfish memory.
Great question, bro.
But one thing it is, it's hard to get off of things like you messed up in a certain situation, so it's hard to keep moving on as you're going through.
Um, do you have like a certain MLB player that you try to play based off of?
Uh, I would say Cattell Marte. I really like his playing style.
Oh,
He
that's a
also
great
plays
that's a great
outfield.
pick right
I
there.
think he's playing second base right
That's
now,
a
but he's
great
also an
pick.
outfielder, which I play. And I like how he plays the game. You know, he plays the game real fundamental. He's speedy like I am, and you know, he just goes out there and have fun with his guys, no matter how he's doing that day.
All right. Do you think
Yeah, I know baseball. Yeah, that's a great pick. It's a great pick.
Yo, I didn't know what he was talking about, so I just smiled and nodded.
Yeah, that's a he's a Cattell Marte is a great outfielder right now. He's an all star, switch hitter. Yeah, very energized player. He's a really good baseball player. So I say that's a good comparison. Great pick for him.
baseball or any of the sports you play?
So, the mic muted here. Um,
Uh,
it turned back. Yo. So after
Wait,
this was kind of a setback for me.
I have a
Um,
question.
yes.
What time did
Yeah.
you run?
So this was kind of a setback for me. That I
Okay.
mentioned in the Google slide. When I bought that new mic, I didn't realize it had a function to mute upon just clicking it once. That was something it didn't have in the instructions, and it kind of like messed up my in-person interviews.
Yeah.
I think there's like 2 minutes left.
I mean, I think we said a lot.
Yeah.
Could change the
So
could it's called I call it a momentum shift.
I don't think there's anything else necessarily.
I love
There's no
momentum.
more. I don't know why I'm doing it. Yeah.
you love
What drove me is
momentum.
like
Yeah, I love
what
momentum.
drives me is what really drove me this year was
It's hard.
What drives you? Might cut out. But might cut out. But what drives you on days when you don't feel like practicing?
my fault. What drives me is what really drove me this year was being a senior and having. I'm not even gonna say having to set an example because once you're in varsity, like you should already know the standards of what you should be doing. But what really drove me is like knowing this is probably my final year playing sports. Like, hey, bro, you don't want to go out
Check,
regretting like,
check, check,
dang, I
check,
probably should have went harder in this drill. Probably should have went
check,
harder
check.
in that drill. So that's what really motivated me.
You better than
Yeah.
me. I did like the complete opposite. I was like, yo, I'm a
Pause.
senior. Man,
I was gonna say like kind of go back to that like chemistry part. Like when the days you're not feeling like going to practice, you have those teammates to like tell you to like go to practice and stuff. Like you need to work hard if you want to get reach your final goal and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that
Hmm.
completely.
Yeah, I felt that.
I don't even got to do this no more. I don't know why I'm doing. Yeah, better than me. Um,
Eh,
what's one
Wait.
lesson you've learned
Context, I was talking about like me being a senior, like me not having to run track anymore. That's what I meant. Context.
Wait.
from like
What? You got a question, or something you want
No.
to say?
No. My bad.
Oh,
failing or losing a game or anything. One thing I learned was one bad mishap can affect the whole motion of the game. Like one bad inning, one bad possession
you.
could change. Could it's called? I call it a momentum shift. A momentum shift could really change the aspects of the game. Like 1 second you could be up, you get a little bit too complacent, and the team gets some. They start getting some energy, and it's just a momentum shift going on in the game.
um how was
How?
some of the best ways or best what is the best way you've recovered after practice or game?
Or game?
Sleep.
um is there anything or anyone you lean on when things get tough from your sport?
I mostly lean on my family members to help me really keep my mind straight. I rely on friends sometimes, but I might go to my family members about things sports wise.
What would be if baseball didn't work out, what would be
If baseball
your basketball?
if baseball didn't work out, it would be basketball because I did have a lot of fun in that. And sometimes I feel like I should have took that serious instead of baseball.
um Better question than the last. If you weren't playing sports, what would be like an activity you found yourself doing a lot?
Uh, I probably would have gotten some more things like podcasting because I did think about being a podcaster for a little bit, but sports took up so much time. It was hard for me to really like focus on it, and that's something you really got to focus on. So with school and sports, I could never really get around to it and things like that.
You used to be like the tallest in middle school and stuff, right? Like when you realized you weren't the tallest anymore in high school and like you weren't the strongest, did that like affect you in any type of way? Like
Nah, because you got some people out here that's just tall and just a cone. So like it really didn't affect nothing of me. It was just, oh wow, he's taller than me. Okay, so I really didn't care about it too much.
um
That is kind of something. I would like. I kind of hate about sports in a way. Like,
Hmm.
I feel like in a lot of sports, bro, it's like genetics over skill.
Yeah, you gotta be genetically gifted to play certain sports like basketball. You definitely need genetics to be good at basketball.
Yeah,
Uh,
like, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't think that's the way it is necessarily now because, like, you could be really good at basketball and be short, like, cause I see
yeah, but
a lot of short
at the same
players.
time, you won't make it far like far in your career if you're like shorter than like an average NBA point guard.
Yeah,
So I think basketball is just like straight genetics. Like if you're genetically gifted, then you know basketball is the way to go.
yeah. Yo, there are some people like Trey Young though, bro. Like
Yeah,
skill.
but he's still like 6'1" though, so he's still
He's 6'1".
up there. Well, I think he's like around that. Pretty
I
sure.
thought he was
Yeah.
5 feet.
Nah,
He's like
it's
6'1". He just looks short because he around all the tall people. Bro.
Mm.
yeah. Like he's mad tall, like for like a average with like you know what I'm saying.
Oh
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson, what 6'4"?
What?
Or he's like 6'2". My fault. Jalen Brunson's like 6'2", and he's really good, but he looks short around everybody else, even though he's not short at all.
Like I'm tall for
For a height.
like,
You're just tall in general, but yeah, you're
but
tall.
Yo, you
if
got.
I'm around,
Nah, keep going.
if I'm like around, like you know, what I'm saying like NBA players, I'm gonna look like Josh.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
So
But we're
basically, what we were talking about before you joined was like the skill versus genetics argument, and like, what do you think about that? Like, you're a pretty tall guy, so like, what do you think about in any sports? Do you think it's more dominated by genetics or skill?
I would say it depends on the sport.
So we're talking
Um,
about basketball right now. What do you think about that?
basketball, basketball is definitely more on the skill side
Not
because
genetics.
nah, I'm gonna tell you
Not
why.
definitely genetics.
I'm gonna tell you why. LeBron, I mean, his genetics are crazy, whatever, whatever.
He's 6'9", 250. I
But
mean, that's pretty good genetics right there.
his skill is off the charts. If you,
Exactly.
all right,
I'm not
now
gonna
Now
look,
lie.
imagine, now
No,
imagine, now imagine,
man,
imagine LeBron's
man.
5'9"
If
doing all this
if
stuff. He's not
LeBron,
doing
like,
that.
listen. I love LeBron James, man, but if he was my height,
He's not doing the same things that he's doing
he
right now.
he he would not be in the GOAT debate, man.
well, you guys are saying that there's a bunch of people your height that are still cooking like Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas, he had to
He's not,
develop skill
he's
as a
not, he's
small forward.
not playing basketball anymore.
Okay, because he got injured.
I
That's
know, but
completely different.
I'm not saying that like he would be trash or anything. I'm just saying
All I'm,
LeBron wouldn't be LeBron King James
all
if
right,
he
but
was
I'm
five
saying
nine. That's what I'm saying.
it's not only off genetics, bro. There's a bunch of 6'8" bums that are trash. They're not doing anything. Like LeBron that generally had to develop skill. Like, sure, okay, he's big, whatever, whatever, bro. Like he's dumb, like obviously, bro. So same thing with Shaq. Okay, all right, that Shaq is pretty dominant. Yeah, that's definitely
Are
like
you saying
Shaq.
Shaq was skillful? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, Shaq has skill. I'm saying nowadays is more off of skill
Yeah.
than genetics, bro.
Now yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
Like,
okay. All right. That's kind of what Joe said. He said nowadays more skill.
like I would say football is definitely genetic.
Mm-mm.
Football, what?
Mm-mm.
Unless it depends what
Mm-mm. You
position.
you
Like
could get strong in
It's
quarterback,
a,
football.
it's a, it's
You
a lot. It's a lot of
quarterback,
like five. It's a lot of
quarterback,
like
quarterback.
It
5'10"
depends on your
receivers.
position, bro.
Yeah,
That's what I
it's a
think.
lot of 5'10"
Yeah,
receivers.
I mean, yeah, but I'm saying position. Like quarterback, it definitely takes skill. Other than that,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah, yeah. Quarterback skill because like
I think
Kyler Murray, he's like
wide
what five
receiver also
eleven,
takes
five
skill.
ten.
Wide
Yeah,
I mean,
receiver,
but it's
running
like
back.
5'10".
I
But like
think
you
like
can you can.
I,
I think it's just straight skill because there's a lot of 5'10" cornerbacks, 5'10" receivers, 5'10" running backs, all that. You can be short and be a good receiver, cornerback, whatever. Now genetics,
I think
basketball
genetics
you need it. So.
genetics comes in football kind of like more when like you've reached the peak of your skill and you can't get any better. At that point, then it's just genetics, like who's taller, who's stronger.
Yeah,
And I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie, strength isn't even necessarily genetics, cause it's just like how much natural strength you got. You could get stronger, like if you're a short dude, like short running backs, they're pretty strong, like just based off of strength training, like that kind
yeah,
of thing. I feel like more like I think the most genetic based position of football I think would be like lineman probably.
yeah. Lineman, yeah.
Other than that, I think it's mostly skill.
I would also say soccer takes way more skill than genetics.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I'm not. Soccer is skillful.
it's completely off skill. honestly.
Like
Like,
Messi, short, very short guy.
well, yeah, but like surprisingly strong as well.
Yeah, but he could have worked for that. We don't know.
Yeah, but it's definitely off the scale.
Yeah.
I would say sports have gone more into the skill wise than genetic wise. Maybe not in like tr- track. Like you
Nah,
have to,
track is a genetic. Not all
yeah.
genetics, but
It's not all genetics, but it's
Mhm.
more
it's
is mainly genetics.
yeah. I realized that, and I'm not gonna lie. What, bro? When I started getting good, I realized it was a gap, bro. It was a gap between how good I could actually get and people who were just talented, bro. Like people who
Yeah.
didn't have to go to practice, long leg people, like that type of stuff.
What
Yeah,
about esports?
What?
I don't know. I don't know, bro.
What did you say?
What he said?
Esports?
Esports. What?
Skills or genetics?
I mean, esports has to be skill.
Skill, bro. What? Where would genetics even come in?
You never know.
Exactly. Exactly, bro. You don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't think I have any more questions.
But yeah. Um. Well, yeah.
Thanks for coming on the podcast.
I think this is
Um,
where we're gonna
have a
end
good
it
day, man.
off.
Yeah,
Um.
this is a great
Oh, one more
episode.
question.
It's
You got a
been a
diet?
very good
A
episode.
diet?
Here on Josh and
I don't have a
Friends,
diet.
and
I have a fast metabolism, so I just eat whatever
yeah,
I want.
All
we'll
right, bro.
see you guys later
See you guys in the next episode.
if there is one.